Well, consciously, I started teaching programs called Trauma as Medicine probably in 2013. And yet it is the fruition of a 26-year healing journey and learning how to tend to my own greatest suffering and find a way that brings forth resilience and empowerment and possibility. And so trauma as medicine as a statement can be quite bold, right? Wow, who's gonna call it that? Me. It can be quite bold in that it is absolutely implying that there is something good that can be harvested from the heart of our greatest pain or suffering. In order to be able to walk with that, it required a lot of metabolization, a lot of digesting through the years, a lot of making space to tend to the feelings that come up that are inevitable when we're going through loss, the experiences of not being in control, the capacity to recognize the real brutality of humanity and still choose a way inwards. And so what I will say is that there very well could be triggers that come up for you while I am speaking. And my way of managing triggers is actually to lean into them. I know that we have a more trauma-informed culture than ever before. And yet my take on being with trauma comes from the perspective of a healer. I am not in any shape or form a psychologist, nor do I come from a university background in my approach to healing. And so that's important to note, is that what I share comes from expertise in energy healing and from the act of being human and needing to find a way through challenging times. And so my encouragement with triggers is to pause and take a few breaths and be curious about what would happen if you hung out with it. What would happen if you leaned into it a little bit? Rather than what can often be the case of, oh, I'm overwhelmed and this is too much for me. And so just to check in if it's possible for you to do that. And simultaneously, if something is feeling like too much, remember you have your breath. One of the reasons why I use a prayer that can be so visual at the beginning of a process is so that we can exhale and feel our energy move down into the earth. We can feel her holding us if we direct our awareness. We can open up to the heavens. And so those might sound like really simple tools. What I have learned through the years is that it is the simple tools that are the ones that work.